So man, it's your big brother K-Rino, man. Sure y'all see the title already. Uh, as y'all come in, hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come in, and be sure that if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate those who already have. Um, Appreciate y'all who have showed up early. Brother G, Keys Ramirez. I see y'all the first two in the door, man. Big Mike Cullen. Um, I got a topic that is it's very prevalent. It's been going on forever. This is not nothing new. This is not something that's been happening for like some new phenomenon for the last year or so. This has been going on since there was a system. Hit the like button as y'all come in, man. Make sure to do that. Hit the like button as y'all come into the door. And we're going to get right to it. I want to make sure that I get all of y'all's opinions on this, because I am in the entertainment industry, the music industry. I wouldn't necessarily say the entertainment in it. I guess I am an entertainer. I guess, what we do is entertain, but we try to entertain and educate at the same time. We try to teach and have fun at the same time. So I would say maybe a percentage of it is entertainment, but also there's a greater percentage of it that is strictly based around trying to relay a message that will benefit people. Um, that being said, there are multiple facets and multiple aspects to um, these industries. And I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about um, Hollywood. I'm talking about sports. I'm talking about government. I'm talking about levels of society that we try to push our way into, or that we place value on in a way that makes us feel as though we would do anything to get in. There are so-called hierarchies that exist in all of these categories that I mentioned. And while some of us have the understanding that, okay, I'm going to do it the way I do it, and I'm going to do it on my own terms, there are many of us who feel as though in order to get to a certain level, to rise to a certain level, I got to be affiliated with this person or that person, or I got to get in this door. I got to talk to this particular higher up. And sadly, there are people among us who would do anything to get in those doors. And when I say anything, I mean anything. People talk about, we throw the term around, selling your soul. We throw that term around a lot, man. Man, he sold his soul. Man, she sold her soul. And it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor, but it has great meaning to it, because just the soul is the very essence of who you are. It's your very being. It's what makes you tick. It's what gives you substance. And when you give that up only to receive a position that in most cases is temporary, and to receive a position from individuals who have the power to take that position from you anytime they get ready, and if it comes to that point where they take that position from you, the first thing that's going to cross your mind is all of the self-degrading things that you did to receive that position in the first place that you no longer have, but you still did all of the disrespectful, degrading things to yourself, or you allow them to do it. So then what do you have left after that? What do you have left after that? How many people, how many good people did you step on to get to the butt that you was trying to kiss? You got a butt that you was trying to kiss. And when you saw the light at the end of the tunnel, where you felt like you had a chance to get where you was trying to get, you didn't let nothing stand in your way. You didn't let good advice stand in your way. You didn't let friendships that have been built over the course of years stand in your way. You didn't let legitimate business relationships stand in your way. You moved all that to the side and went straight to the butt with your lips puckered out. Hit the like button, man. The question is why? Why is it so important for us to be a part of certain establishments? And why do we feel it's so necessary to be a part of those establishments, especially when we know, or if we know, that historically those very same establishments that we are fighting to get our way into have not been beneficial to us and have burned more people than they benefited? So what makes us have to get in there? What makes us feel as though their establishments are greater than anything that we can build for ourselves? What makes us feel like that? Well, one thing is because these are entities that were already in place long before many of us were born. So I read the article about Tiffany Haddish, who was a comedian, when she was recently asked to host a Grammy Award event. And I don't think it was the main event, but it was one of the pre-events. And not only did they ask her to host it, and not only did they ask her to host it for free, they told her that whatever expenses that came along with it that she needed, she had to pay for it herself. Shout out to Eric Gooden for the donation. Much love to you, my brother. They told Tiffany Haddish she had to pay her own way. So I started thinking when I heard that, and shout out to her for checking them and turning it down. Like, y'all crazy. But I started thinking, I was like, what is the normal rule or the normal way that they do things at these award shows? And keep in mind, I'm a dude who, I don't get into none of that mainstream commercial crap. You can't help but see it and come across it. But Chuck D gave me the game years ago in a song. But I started thinking about all of those award shows. I remember when Black people were in an uproar behind the Oscars a few short years ago because they were feeling like Black actors and actresses were feeling like they were being slighted at the Oscars year in and year out, and that there were deserving actors and actresses who were not being rewarded with the Academy Awards. And the same thought just kept coming to my mind, like, you know what? Why are we pushing so hard? Why does their award shows, why is it that their awards have to validate us? It is because it's been in place for years and years and years, and that's been instilled in us to make it like, man, if you got a Oscar, if you got a Grammy, if you got a Tony, then you are official. You are in the upper echelon of greatness as it relates to the entertainment industry. And that's just not the case, because all of those entities I mentioned, they are exclusive clubs that are strictly based on who's cool with who they allow to get some of their shine. It's not always based on talent. Shout out to the homie Miami, Florida for the donation. I appreciate you. What's good with you, man? Hope to see you again soon. I know you're still out there doing your thing. And Gavin Christopher also, man. Much love to you, man. Appreciate you for having that 5 on it. But it's something about the crafting of this whole industry that those who are in charge of it and who orchestrate how it's run have implemented in us the thought that what they give to us is what validates us. And I've talked about this before, but it comes up every so often because, like I said, Black actors were mad because they were being slighted at the Academy Awards. Well, it's not your award show anyway. This thing goes all the way back to the black and white days. Back when Black people were playing nothing but maids and butler roles and mammy roles, and we had to buck our eyes out. And so y'all some, in the little roles we played. I remember watching Little Rascals when I was a little boy, and I would always see how all the other children were dressed, but then when you look at Buckwheat, his clothes was always tore up and raggedy, and just an image they had to present of us. So we would never accept it. So why get mad? Why try to protest? Why try to, we can boycott, but I believe in just, okay, we boycott, but then let's just move totally away, because we don't fully grasp the value of our contributions to their industries, because it would be dry without us. If Black folks stopped participating in Hollywood, if we withdrew from the NBA and NFL and all that, and it would be dry. It's what it is. So why do we beg for that acceptance, and we get shown over and over again that we are not appreciated? That's foolish. It's foolish. So I was reading up on some stuff before I did this live, and I was like, you know what? The Grammy Awards just by themselves. I heard that they only pay like $5,000 to the person that they get to host, and that don't matter who it is. So you pay $5,000 to host the Grammys. Forbes came out with something that says it could get to around 20. They estimated that it could be around 20. I don't know. I guess it's some kind of stipulations that may factor into that. I don't know. But either way, let's just say for the sake of argument that it's 20 grand. If you host that event, you're going to be one of the biggest stars to get that gig. They're going to deal with somebody who's a pretty big name, and they're only going to offer them 5 to 20 grand. But the question I had to ask behind that is, what amount does that one night event generate? Because it's going to be on network television, national TV, possibly worldwide in some markets, I'm assuming. And the sponsorship for the Grammy Awards is going to be through the roof. So the commercials, this is like the Super Bowl. Everybody, all of these big major corporations and companies, they clamor to get in, to get on the Super Bowl, to get their Super Bowl commercials in, because they know that that's an event that millions and millions of people are going to be watching at one time, and it's a great opportunity for them to promote their product. So while the Grammys may not be on the same level as the Super Bowl, there's still going to be a high degree of sponsorship that's going to generate money for that night. See? So to say, okay, we're going to probably make X amount of millions and millions of dollars, and then we're going to ask Tiffany Haddish not to just do it and not get paid from us, but to do it to pay your own expenses. Those are perfect reasons why we should just withdraw. Why is it so difficult for us to validate us and feel the satisfaction from us validating us? We get more satisfaction from the Grammy Awards. We cry and win Academy Award, cry and just can't hardly get your words out, because it's something in us that feels like that award is the cream of the crop. Why? I don't understand that. I don't understand that logic. We're talking about begging to be accepted into this world's establishments. And why do we do it? I see on my where I just put the title in right now, I spelled begging wrong, so y'all forgive me. But please hit the like button, man, if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so right now. This goes back, man. This is not new. I can think of the days, I didn't live these days, but I can think of the days historically, just knowing the history of times where Black people would have sit-ins and marches and try to eat at restaurants. Certain restaurants, we had to go to white-owned restaurants, and we wanted to force our way in to be accepted. And instead of just starting our own, And when we started our own, we were successful. So the bottom line is we have that ability to be independent, but we have to understand and be educated on the value and the power of independence. And that will motivate us more to pursue that. See? Jason Barrett says, we're going to give you an underground Grammy. Look, let me tell you something. When one of y'all show me love and say, man, I listen to your music, I love your music. Hey, man, I purchased your music. I purchased whatever the case is. Hey, that's my award right there. Just the props, just the love that y'all show. That's my award. Because, and I'm gonna tell you something else. On a local level, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. On a local level, there are so many people right here in my city in Houston that have done local award shows. And in those local award shows, they have reached out to many of our great artists here in the city of Houston and have given them awards, trophies, and plaques and certificates and things of that nature. And I've been a part of a lot of that. And do you realize, man, how happy I am and how humbled I am to receive some of the many, many awards that have been given to me by my peers, not from some big academy, not from some big establishment, not from some entity that really don't care nothing about you. They have come from people that have been on the ground with me, that have seen me work, have seen us work, because it wasn't just me. And that's big, man. The appreciation that comes from your peers because they understand this thing. See, when you have these corporations and these academies and whatever the case might be, they have people who are, in a lot of cases, so disconnected from the reality of the art form itself. They have those kind of people making the selections over who's the best this, who should win this, or who should. And these people are so out of touch, man. And we sitting around crying and mad because they didn't give us an acknowledgement. But when there are people that are right there with you and they understand, they know exactly what you do and exactly what you represent, and they recognize it, that means more. That means more to me. That other stuff, it's a circus. It's a circus. And we make it a point to place more emphasis on the circus, all the while being blind to where the real love is at. Miami, Florida, shout out again. Let me read your comment. The problem with us black people, we're too jealous of each other. Until we break that chain, we're going to be lost. And them white people know that. Well, we do have a problem with envy in our community. I will say that. But I'll also say that there are a lot of us that really, really push and want to see each other win as black people. I've seen that. I know I got a lot of friends that are like that. Envy is an issue, but we have to address it and make those envious understand why they feel like that and why they shouldn't. But on the same token, we have to make sure that we don't waste our time worrying about those who are envious. We have to find and gravitate towards those who are like-minded and that understand the godliness in each other. Because when we see the God in each other, we can't be envious. Because if I know that your gift comes from God, I can't be mad at you for having the gift. I gotta thank God for you. Amen. God blessed you. And ask him to help me find mine. So yeah, you're right. It's a problem, but one of our biggest problems also is feeling as though what we create is not better than what the establishment has. That's a big mistake. We want to get out of that mindset, man. We begging to be accepted. All you are is a dollar to them. That's it. Liquid knowledge says unity is not enough. Escape, autonomy, withdrawal is the only way out. Well, I agree partly with your comment because I will say that unity is the foundation. We can't we can't even withdraw from a system if we have not unified with each other in an organized manner in order to set up how we're going to withdraw. So unity is the first step. Unity is the first step. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. So we have to unify first, then organize. Then we can make plans to pull out. Back in the days when we used to have fire drills in school, when they would have the fire drill, you couldn't just get up and just start screaming and running out the building all chaotic. There had to be a protocol in place. Relax, go out in a single file line. There's a protocol in place. We had to unify and organize in order to properly withdraw from the building. And that's what we have to do because we're never going to be accepted. And I'm going to transfer that thought process of knowing we won't be accepted in these industries. I'm going to transfer that over to understanding we'll never be accepted in this society. We are begging for acceptance into a society that has proven multiple times, countless times, that they don't care about whether we live or die. See? So we go down and we beg and plead uh, the government officials, national, state, and local levels to accept us, to take us, to love us. And that's just not going to be the reality in a system that does not want to relinquish simple equality to its oppressed citizens. They don't want to give up nothing. But we keep begging for them to do it. We feel like we can love the hate out of them. Can't love the hate out of people, man. See? I believe in separation. Separation it exists on multiple levels, though. See? We're talking about begging to be a part of systems that don't want you. Another thought that comes to my mind from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, stop trying to force your way into places that don't want you. Why would you do that? Miss Nubia says we should stop making them relevant. And the reason why your comment is so deep and so real is because that's absolutely how it goes down. We make them relevant. We bring the flavor, we bring the color, the colorful excitement to the game. It would be boring without us. We make them relevant because a lot of these shows that come on, a lot of these events that take place, we typically just watch to see if any of our hot artists are going to see what they're going to do, how they're going to do their thing. But on a societal level, which is more important, if the police are beating us up and killing us, if those things are taking place, our next step is to go in the streets and stop killing us. Please stop killing, begging and asking for them to stop. No. We make them stop killing us. You don't ask somebody to please stop killing you. GK, I see you, man. Appreciate the love, GK. GK in the building, man. Eric 805, I appreciate the love. Thank you. No, thank you. 805, is that your area code? Where's the 805 at? See? We got to understand, man, that our value and what we bring to this system, man, the system could not exist without us. It could not function. It could not operate if we do, as Brother Liquid says, we withdraw. Withdraw financially, withdraw creatively, and withdraw physically from them, from this system. Just nothing. Central Coast, Bakersfield. We put over $1 trillion a year into this economy, and it's met with zero appreciation. It's met with zero gratitude. And it's met with less than zero gratitude because it's met with police brutality, racial discrimination, murder, lack of opportunity. It's time to quit begging for acceptance. Would you continue to try to be with somebody that don't want to be with you? Or would you at one point exercise a degree of dignity that goes, you know what? I'm not going to keep on subjecting myself to this. Michael Bryan, Mike D, SPC. Much love, Mike. I see you. Appreciate the love. Appreciate your contributions last week at the food drive. See? So the Grammy Awards. I don't know if y'all remember when Sister Monique, another black comedian, she had her issues. She actually won an Academy Award. She won an Academy Award for a movie that only paid her $50,000 to make. She only made $50,000 to do the movie Precious. Ended up winning an Academy Award for that movie, but had a falling out with the some of the cats in Hollywood and the makers of the movie because they wanted her to travel halfway around the world to promote the movie, and they didn't want to pay her for it. So she declined, and her life has been a living hell ever since, because if you don't play the game the way they want you to play the game, they run you out the game. They pull a plug on you. They show you. And see, that's another reason why we should stop begging to be accepted into their industries, simply because after we do all of that clamoring and begging and politicking and bootlicking to get in, when they decide to pull a plug on you, or if a time comes where you stand up for yourself or you speak out against an injustice that they may have carried out, they'll make it to where you can never work again. Just look at the pattern. I just showed you Monique, but there have been many others. And it doesn't matter how successful you are. Look what they did to Michael Jackson. Look how they embarrassed Michael Jackson and what they subjected him to. Look at where Bill Cosby is right now. And I'm not talking about matters of whether they're guilty or innocent or whatever they were accused of, because whatever Bill Cosby might have done, it's no different than what those perverts in those executive suites do, and worse. They do worse. It's no different than those cats who are around him fondling children and bringing in child stars and basically breaking them in once they get in, or before they even get into the industry good. And it doesn't matter if it's little girls or little boys. See, a lot of those former child stars, they could tell you some stories of the stuff that happened to them. And guess what? It's not just the little kids. I should say the little children. It's not just the little children that are being subjected to this kind of treatment. They do it to them. They do it to men. They groping and fondling men in Hollywood, in the music industry. These some sick cats, man. So whatever a Bill Cosby or whoever might have done, whatever they did, all I'm saying is the very people who are vilifying them, the very people who are coming out and condemning him and causing the end result for them to be torn all the way down, or and they're in control of that, they the biggest hypocrites in the world, because they doing 10 times worse. See, a lot of these women in Hollywood, they could tell you some stories, man. The things that they had to go through. Some of the biggest stars in the game have had to sleep with some of these perverts, man. Male and female. And they control you. They control you. So why would you want to be a part of that? Just to be able to say, well, man, I got enough money to take care of this. Man, is the money really worth it? Is it? Would you let a man touch your nuts for some money as a man, as another man? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He bring you into the meeting and say, man, look, we got this movie coming up. It's going to be a blockbuster. This thing is going to generate $200-300 million, whatever the case may be. We got a perfect role for you. We got a role that we know that you're going to be great in. We want to cast you in that role. We're going to pay you $15 million just to carry out the role. But, keyword being but with two T's at the end. Nah, man. Cats be going crazy behind that because you have to live with that for the rest of your life. It don't matter how much money. It's not a dollar amount that can erase that trauma. There's no dollar amount that can erase that trauma. If a self-respecting man allowed that to happen to him at the hands of another man, and it's bad on the females. A self-respecting female who wants to provide for themselves and wants to make it in the game, and she got to live with that. See? So what is it that we are begging to be accepted into? See, and that's a big problem. A lot of times people come into these industries wanting to be a part of it so bad, y'all don't even know what it is y'all walking into. You don't even know what it is that you are begging to be a part of because you don't understand the deep levels of wickedness that's involved in it. You just know you want to be on a movie, you want to be on TV, you want to be in the music business, you want to have a video out, you want to sell records, go on tour. That's all you know. That's all you think about because that's what you have seen from the outside looking in. That's the part you saw, but you didn't see what it might have taken for this person to get to where they at, because they don't just let you on the top of that roof without some form of compensation coming from you. And the compensation that they receive from you is not gonna be monetary. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be your mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. And even if you don't get subjected to that kind of treatment, you may be getting subjected to racism and other forms of disrespect. So why not build your own? Independent artists have a sense of freedom about themselves that can't be matched, won't be traded. There's a level of power that you have because you know that nobody can tell you what to do. You move, you march to the beat of your own drum. You move how and when you want to move, creatively and physically. And there's nobody that can tell you, well, no, you can't do that. Well, no, change that. No, we don't accept that. See? That's the greatest freedom. Same rule applies in this society. If you have a problem with how people who own certain department stores treating people, treating black folks, treating poor folks, if you have a problem with that, stop giving them your money and establish your own or shop with your own. because pretty much every service that we go outside of our community to get, there's somebody within our community who provides that service. We just had this complex, like if he's selling it, it ain't that good. We don't trust each other enough. Now many of us who do, but a lot of us don't. We don't trust each other. We don't feel like our ice is colder than their ice. Why do you think that in the black neighborhoods you see all of the corner stores owned by Asians and Arabs predominantly? And you don't really see many black owned convenience stores. And then we walk right into those doors every day and spend thousands of dollars over the course of your life in those stores with people who give nothing back to your community. Absolutely nothing. Give nothing back to your community, but they take for generations and establish their families with generational wealth built on your back. And we go in there every day, no matter how much you walk in and they looking at you, they following you around in the store, disrespecting the women, hollering at the children. They pick something up. They tell you you're not gonna buy it, put it down. That's no way for self-respecting, civilized people to allow themselves to be treated. We can't do that. We can't allow that. We should be running them out of our neighborhoods. But we got to get our minds right first. We got to get our minds right first. That's right, Joe. Hurry up and buy. Now think of how much of a contradiction that is, how much of a disrespectful contradiction that is for somebody to fix their mouth to tell you to hurry up and buy. That means, hey man, you hurry up and give me your money so you can get out of here. It takes a lot of nerve for somebody to say that to you. Hurry up and buy. I'm providing you, I'm blessing you. I'm providing you with the means to take care of yourself and your family. And you disrespecting my dollar. So if we allow people to disrespect our economic power, then we disrespecting ourselves. Plain and simple. We begging for acceptance. We want to go to the schools they go to. Their schools are better. Their schools are better. Their country clubs are better. Their restaurants are better. Their award shows are better. See? It's not better. The value that's on it is an artificial, delusional value that we place on it because we've been trained and conditioned to think like that. See what's going down, man. It's a threat. Proud fools be puffing up Babylon. Yeah. Peter said that. Sandy Mickey said the privilege of the other nationalities. Yeah, we provide them with that privilege. The spot for hip hop TV, they be like, you get out of my store, or they try to shortchange you, or they'll threaten to call the police. They'll threaten to call the police on you in a minute. Because the only value that they see in you is the money that you got in your pocket. So why not? I would love to see us legitimately put a store out of business that treats us like that. Just put them out of business. It could be done in 1 week. But what we don't do, we don't unify because a lot of us don't feel like it's that big of a deal. They'll walk right through the protest. Man, watch out, man. I'm going to give me a pack of cigarettes. Because we don't feel like it's a big idea. I mean, y'all wasting time doing that. And while individuals who think like that, they don't destroy the movement, but they throw salt in the game, man. See? They throw salt in the game. Millions and millions of dollars made off of us. And then they tell Tiffany Haddish she got to pay her own way. See? They tell Monique, hey, go promote our movie, but you got to pay your own way. The nerve, man. Because in their mind, they feel like, hey, you should just be grateful to be a part of our platform. You on the Grammys. You should be honored. You're gonna get so much exposure. You're gonna get this big look. See? SK says we believe in their dominion over us. Consequently, they own our minds. Yeah, and we've been conditioned like that. We've been made to believe that their ice is colder. Just how it is. And the first time one of us messes up with one of us, we canceling the subscription. It's over. It's a wrap. No more second chances. As a matter of fact, not only do you not get another chance, a lot of times when we walk in the door looking for something to be wrong with the black-owned business. Man, y'all said y'all open at 9. It's 9:01. We're looking for something to be wrong with the black-owned business. So we can get online and talk about how bad their service is. We got to get out of that. We have to make it to where we can have conversations with each other in our misunderstandings and faults, and where we can hold each other accountable, but hold each other accountable in secret quarters. We can hold each other accountable without having to put it on Twitter. You can talk to the manager of a store, or you ain't got to get on Facebook. You ain't got to go on what's the site where you go and do the reviews on people? I forgot the name of it. The thing where you go do like a little report. You don't have to do that. Gavin Christopher, appreciate you again, man. I just hooked you up to the house speakers. I want my whole block to hear you. Everybody does need, man. God is great, man. At the end of the day, we're talking about why do we keep begging to be accepted into entities that don't respect us. And right as I say that, I see TJ said, respect is the cornerstone of communication. Being able to disagree with your brothers is normal. Disagree is human. Yeah. But don't make a display. That's right. House business is house business. Keep it in house. Nobody has to know that we had that conversation, but the problem got fixed. See? But here's the key. When we ask the question, why do we keep begging for acceptance? One of the main things is that these demons, they have mastered the art. They have mastered the science of deceiving us into believing that we need them. That's a scientific methodology. They have made us believe. So you go, I'm going to prove to you that I'm not lying. Once again, we talk about the music industry and we talk about how a cat that has zero talent, can't dance, can't sing, can't even do a sock puppet routine, but they have money and they have the connections because they have um, deceitfully obtained those things over the years. That's their skill. So they can make you believe, hey man, you need me to bring you to this next level, when all they really have to offer is just the platforms. But if you're patient, especially in this day and age with the internet, if you have the talent and you have the drive, you can rise independently and not have all those bloodsuckers in your pockets on the front end, the back end, and in the middle. They have made us believe that we need them. See? Don't need them. Just need to educate ourselves. It's like an agent in sports. These athletes don't need these agents. What is the agent's talent? If it's a sports agent, what is his talent? He goes in, drop down a little conversation, says, hey, my client wants X amount of dollars. No, we'll give him this. Okay, what about this? Okay, boom, deal. You mean to tell me that a top athlete can't do that for himself or for herself? If I'm the hottest thing smoking, if I'm Michael Jordan back in the 1990s, and not only am I the driving force to the team I'm on, I'm the driving force to the whole league. I'm the face of the whole league. You mean to tell me that he needs an agent? He needs some Jewish agent to go and negotiate his deal for him? He can walk in and do it himself. He could walk right in and do it himself. He could walk right in and say, hey, look, I'm Michael Jordan, bro. You know what I bring to the table. You know what I bring to this league, to your league. I'm gonna need to get 40 million a year from you, bro. And that's about it. That's all I can't accept a penny less. See? The modern athlete can do that. LeBron has employed all of his friends that he grew up with. So now his agent, Rich Paul, is one of the most powerful agents in the game, and they hate him because he's changing the game. He has put a spin on it that they can't control. He's dominating. They tried to run him out the game because they said that he technically didn't have uh, the degree or the letters from their system in order to legitimately be classified as a legit agent. See, that's the kind of BS that they try to pull. It didn't have anything to do with him technically not having the letters. It had to do with this black man is killing the game. And he's snatching up top clients. And he's making it to where we have to capitulate to his demands and his needs, and he's making it hard on us. And a lot of the other athletes are seeing it, and they're gravitating towards either his methods or towards him. They don't like that. We got a handful of black people that are changing the trajectory of how this thing works. All the while they're working within, they're still under the umbrella of this system. And me being, I'm an advocate of removing. Look, everybody leave the NBA. LeBron, let's go. Durant, let's go. Steph, let's go. Everybody, let's go. Watch how the phones be ringing tomorrow. Y'all want to get mad. They want to get mad. Who is the MMA fighter talking crazy to LeBron, calling LeBron a coward and all? He's calling this man a coward because LeBron is standing up for his people and saying, hey, man, we want to represent for all the black people that have been killed unjustly by law enforcement. And we're gonna wear, if they want to wear a Black Lives Matter shirt, if they want to wear a Say Her Name, Breonna shirt, or they want to protest the anthem or whatever the case might be, then you get mad because you either don't understand or you don't respect what the true point of what they're saying is. And it's not that they don't understand it. It's just that they just some hateful racists who want to keep black folks in their places. So let us keep killing y'all and you shut up and take it and keep playing basketball. So the MMA dude, he keeps calling LeBron out, just going out of left field to call LeBron out because he loves Donald Trump so much. But you'll never be what LeBron is. And I'm not talking about no basketball player either. You'll never be what LeBron is. But your hate and your racism makes you mad because a superstar black athlete is using his platform and using his name and his status to call out America's hypocrisy and racism, and you mad because you want black people to shut up and take it. See, this is the system that we live in. It's the system that we live in, where it's all right for you to do whatever it is you want to do. When y'all run up into these state houses with rifles and how are they gonna come here? That's all right. It's all right when you do that. But then you got some black athletes who all they do is when that old racist national anthem is playing, they just either just kneel down or they put up a fist when that old racist national anthem is playing, and you mad. You don't get mad when these militia groups come bucking into town, talking like they are on a kindergarten level. See? This is why you don't beg to be a part of these systems. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. You begging to be a part of these systems that could care less about you. All they care about is your ability to generate finance for them. But the system is on the way out anyway. Told you we on the Titanic. If you cannot clearly see, and I'm gonna say this as real as it gets, because we're gonna see who crazy or not. If you cannot clearly see the downward spiral that the United States of America is currently on, this country is flaming towards the ground. If you can't see that, there's something wrong with you. You have that hedge around your eyes that spoke about in the scripture. If you can't see that this country is going to hell in the handbasket, you have a problem. If you are still sitting around saying, oh, this is America, we're great, we're strong, we're going to be here, you are a sick. No, you know what? You're a fool. That's what I'll say. You are a fool, plain and simple. And you don't even have to be somebody who subscribes to the scriptures. Now, scripture alone would justify everything I just said, because it's laid out in the scripture where we are, where we're at, who we are, and what's going to happen to this country that we're in. And we're seeing it. But just take all that away. Just say you're an atheist, or you think you're an atheist. You're still blind if you don't see that it's messed up out here. So what I would say to a lot of black people who are still begging to get in, you banging on the door to get in. But what you don't know is that everything inside the house is already on fire. The door you're trying to get in. You don't know that. Let's build our own, man. Let's build our own, man. I want to read some stuff y'all saying. Sam King. No, Sam, you're right. Sam says agree to the fullest, but it's not just the USA. You're right, because Europe ain't far behind. This is what I want my folks in Europe to understand. Because you hear me talk a lot about what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Mr. Farrakhan teach about the destruction of America. But what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said is that America would be first to be destroyed. He said America would be first, not only. Europe is on that list because England, it's a dirty place. They've done some dirty things. Shout y'all out. Mr. Kelly Benson, Shakur, Brad Childers, Jim Cornelius. Doing great, Jim. God bless you too. Deoxy. What's up, Christopher? I see you. Sam King, Retro 80s Fanatic. I'm not battling depression, bro. I did a video on depression as a request. Somebody asked me to do a video talking about depression, but by the grace of God, I've never suffered from depression. You can have down moments. What's up, Lennon Kerr? Okay. Just using your dad's phone. I see you. The spot for hip hop TV. Yeah. People fighting inside of a burning house. Democrats and Republicans. It's a joke, man. They fighting inside of a burning house, man. All these people who claim they're Americans, but if it's a Democrat and a Republican, all of a sudden, it's the Democrats, it's the Republicans. Thought y'all was all Americans. Y'all ready to kill each other. Tone 210 is in the building. Gavin Christopher's in the building. M. Grace. Green Earth Rebirth. I'm just shouting out the people that I haven't mentioned already. Matthias. Matthias say Alaska is the safest state to be in. Yeah, but it's cold out there. And I don't know, man. Look, we don't know where the safest place to be. All I can say the safest place to be is to not be in the way of what God is going to do to this country. Let me see. Jim Cornelius. I want to shout out people I haven't shout out. The Real MC Gimmick. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Gimmick, this is what y'all do, man. Feel free. I'm about to put my email address on here. And what I want y'all to do is, any subjects that y'all want me to touch on, just email them to me. I don't care if it's some life advice stuff. Email it to me, man, and I will. If I know about it, I'm not gonna speak on something that I don't know. I'm like just, but if I know about it or if I feel like it's something I want to talk about, I will. If y'all got any questions, just like I said, when my brother was like, man, hey man, do something on depression. You know, feel free to make those kind of suggestions, man. Also, let me show y'all something real quick. Be sure to get the new album. You can pre-order physical copies right now from pudempire.com. How many of y'all didn't even know I got a new album getting ready to come out next week? Y'all ain't even know, huh? Y'all ain't even know. New album coming. It will be available December the 18th on all the platforms. On all of the devil's platforms. Okay. Jason Ray, Young Kiko, Charles Gray. Who else we got? Sandy Mickey. Yeah, man. Order my book, southparkcoalition.net. Go there right now and get my book, southparkcoalition.net, Life Lessons and Lyrics. And I have a brand new book that I just completed that will be out next week. I only have a copy of it. It's not even back yet, but go pre-order the book from southparkcoalition.net. And that book is called Behind These Bars, and I'm explaining the reasons why I wrote some of the lyrics I wrote, and I'm listing. It's a cool book for those who listen to my stuff. M.E. Neil Ruffin, Eric 805, Lil Norm say he got the book. There you go. Go get the book, man. Yeah. And get my album, man. Shout out to Big Pup for showing me love, man, and doing this project with me. Lamont, I'm at about 50 albums right now. This album here, I'm really going in a lot, man, just on the condition of our people and the wickedness of this government. Long, short way. If y'all can see the cover, Mike can't see it that good, but you see a lot of events in Black history that I touch on this album. So hope y'all enjoy it. This is the website. You can order physical copies right now. My bad. I'm sorry. Keep on putting it in there. That's the website at the bottom right there. pudempire.com. You can order physical copies right now. Yeah. Leonard Green. Yeah, I talked about physical copies one time, man. Like, I hope they never go out. I hope they never stop doing CDs. Tone, appreciate the love. Jason Ray, Amazon book. No, we're not doing Amazon. This is straight K-Azon. Everything is from me, by me, for you. Go to southparkcoalition.net and order this book. You can't get this from Amazon. We independent. We try to break free of all of the entities if we can at some point. Of course, man, we got to function as best we can on these platforms because we over here. But until that time, it is what it is. Donaldson Davis. Probably PayPal, Donaldson. This is my PayPal email. And I don't even really do this, man. I don't do this for, the donations and all that, man. But if you want to show your brother some love, that's the PayPal email. Or you just email me and I can tell you what the Cash App is or whatever. But I'm really not tripping on that. Kevin Beasley, I want to shout all y'all out before I go, man. Continue to hit the like button if you haven't already. KSUE, Central Texas in the building. Yeah, let's do this before I go, man. Everybody that's on right now, tell me what city y'all in. Let me know where y'all at. Let me know exactly where y'all at. I love to know where y'all are because it gives me an idea of how diverse and spread out my audience is. I would feel real crazy if all of my love was coming from one place. I love it when I get people that's all parts of the country, all parts of the world. Shakur, I appreciate the love, Shakur. How y'all do that? Some people be asking me how you make the things. Y'all got all kind of emojis and everything on there. Appreciate that, Shakur. You got a great name. Orlando, Florida, New Zealand, San Antonio. I know where Tone at 210, man. Anniston, Alabama. Eureka, California, Buffalo, New York, West London, Denver, Toronto, Mexico. See, that's what I'm saying. All these different places that are spread out, just different geographical locations. And the beauty is that we can all be from different places and then be consolidated right here. We all here together at one time. That's a beautiful thing. That's when you use this technology that exists for the right reasons to bring people of all walks of life together in one place. We are all existing in this box together right now. That's cool. Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, Oregon, Medford, Oregon, Toronto, Rochester, Dave AF, Word Aesthetics, the veteran with a nice word fetish. It's imperative that I shred him up like iceberg lettuce. I stripped the earth naked, plus I perfected my work ethic the first second. The nurse gave my mother my birth record. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Matt Coalition 210 San Antonio, Hillsboro, Oregon. A lot of people from Oregon chiming in. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. Charleston, South Carolina. Pueblo, Colorado. Arizona, Oregon. I just want to let y'all know. Do I got anybody on here from Tucson? I ask that all the time. I'm gonna keep shouting at y'all. Yes, sir. When two or more gather, that's right. Richmond, Oregon. A lot of people from Oregon. Senegal. I see you, Amadou. Man, Mexico City. Man, appreciate the love, man. Nashville, Tennessee. Where's Holsburg? Is that a real city? Please tell me that's a real city. Or that's not a real city. I don't know. I'm gonna start spitting some flows on here for y'all, man. See, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of y'all that got mad at me because y'all like, man, can't be on that old commentary stuff too much, man. You supposed to be a rapper. Man, look, y'all gotta understand something. This the same stuff I rap about. You just hearing me speak it in regular conversation. But if you know my albums, I talk about this very thing. Southwest Side, H-Town to the NO. That's what I'm talking about. Big brother Nasir in the building, man. Why don't you digitally send me a digital bean pile, big brother? Brother Nasir Muhammad got some of the best bean pies in the world. OGKO in the building. Hold on, man. Look, before we go, y'all know how we do it. When an OGSPC member comes in the building, we got to give them a salute, man. So I need peace sign from everybody in the building, man. Should send a peace sign to my brother Soulworthy 713. Y'all send a peace sign up right now, man, for SPCOGKO. Gavin, I appreciate you, man. 5 for the flow. Appreciate you, Gavin. Judah asked me, what do I know about the Hebrew Israelites? I know a little. Send a peace sign up for the OGKO, man. Soul Worthy 713. Anytime we got SPC members, you talking about 30 years back, we got to send that salute to my brothers, man. All to the ready. Brother Nasir, you right. I humbly submit. You absolutely right. Yeah, no question, man. Well, look, here's the deal, man. I appreciate y'all. I got nothing but love for y'all, regardless, man. It's your big brother K-Rino, man. And much love to y'all, brother. Peace.